spectrum, but I don't like Nazis. No.
So. Fuck those Nazis.
Yeah.
Pardon my language. Desperate times call for desperate measures.
Proud Boys against racism!
What? What? Proud of you, boy.
Anybody watching yet?
Yeah, we got some love. Oh yeah, we got Grant. We got Grant Gauthier showing us some love.
Oh yeah.
The Halifax 5 here for the Ottawa 4.
Oh yeah.
Are you in the main or AF or?
I'm in bold.
You're in both. No, but like, where's this streaming live from?
My Facebook.
Oh, just yours?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, you should be streaming in the group.
No, that's. Oh, I don't know how you do that, though.
Well, I have.
You just go into the group and you go post and same thing. Anyway.
This one? Oh, it's that way. I'm fool. It's across the street here, though.
Oh, there it is.
You guys ready for this?
Watch me go. Watch this like the wrong event.
This is for traps, actually. This is
Traps aren't gay.
traps aren't good. I want to hold the whole protest now about how traps aren't
Is
gay.
it black car?
Proud Boys against racism. Alt-right, take flight! Western men are here to fight! Alt-right!
Take flight! Western men are here to fight!
Alt-right!
Take flight! Western men are here to fight!
Alt-right, take flight! Western men are here to fight! Alt-right, take flight! Western men are here to fight!
Alright, we don't need to do that. We're good. It's a nice quiet protest. We don't have to be loud.
Oh, they got a Nazi punks fuck off sign. That's cool.
Nice.
Dude, I thought for sure your sign said here to fight for the alt-right.
No,
I was
no,
about to
no,
walk
no,
right the fuck up to you.
Fuck that shit.
Good. Excellent. I was ready for some shit.
No place for Nazis! No place for Nazis! No place for Nazis! Not in our city!
Not here!
Not here!
Yeah, Proud Boys.
Proud Boys against racism! Alt-right, take flight! Western men are here to fight!
We're against Nazis. We're against Nazis. We came in to stand together with you guys.
Nobody cares what you can say.
No, we're against the Nazi bullshit terrorists.
This is hangers on against racism! Yeah, right! You are disgracing our bullshit! There are no bullshit of our bullshit! We are here with you! That's not what they were doing.
Yeah, and two of the members of that protest were native. One was gay.
I'm sorry, that's identity politics, though. If they're advocating for genocide, and it's
But we're not, that's a straw man of our argument. That's not what we're doing. We've been anti-racist and anti-bigots since ever.
anti-racist. Why do you want that statue up? You're still
Which statue?
I don't want to tear down every single statue everywhere in the entire world. Okay, why would I want a statue up of Stalin?
Those scalps were donated.
I don't want the statue up of Stalin.
You have an InfoWars sticker on your phone. That tells me that you support Atleast.
So those scalps were demanded by. It's on my phone, but Infowars and Alex Jones, he's doing some good work and trying to have a conversation.
the fucking...
Here, show her his gun. Show your son. Read it carefully. All right-take Western men are here to fight.
We hate it just as much as you guys. We always have.
Even though you're right or left, we would still help you fight that. Not to help you fight that.
Yeah, and we'd love to have a conversation.
But you know, the problem is that
I fail to see that, and we don't. We disavow it. I don't think that's true, and I don't see how you make that point. Should I? It's because I'm Jewish? Is it because I'm Jewish? Is it because I'm Native? I can't be a Proud Boy? So why is Gavin McInnes a racist in your opinion?
Because he said racist things. Because he supports the statue of scalp Native Americans.
Okay, so do you understand that those scalping of Native Americans was done because the French were paying them to come and attack Canadian settlers?
I don't fucking care. You don't scalp someone.
Don't worry about it, man. It's okay. Okay?
Why would you fucking scalp someone?
I know it really is.
Disgusting. Okay, you're here to statue. Why would you protect that? Build a statue. Yes. Why don't you raise money to build a statue?
We have the old statue, and we have the statue. I think
why don't you do that?
Do you want me to do that?
We don't really want to do that. That's not really what we're about. We're about getting men to work, starting their own businesses, wanting to go to education, go to school.
Why do you care? Why do you need to
I don't know.
Well, I don't see it like that. My grandmother and my mother were really proud second-wave feminists who I think got equality for women, and I just feel that...
Second-wave feminists don't believe in my existence because I'm not binary.
I don't either. I think there are only two genders.
Yeah, well, you can go fuck yourself. Look,
And you're most welcome to express that opinion the same way I'm welcome to express mine.
and I don't necessarily agree with that perspective, but we're not here. This is not about Nazis. This is about Nazis. This isn't about
Exactly.
Okay, so on that one topic, we hate Nazis. We always
About
have.
anything except for Nazis today.
Like, all right, yeah.
I do have some questions though about David McInnes. He did on his little he works with Rebel News, who does create race baiting videos. Like,
Oh, well, I mean, like, I would not, if anything, I would say he makes just as much fun of the alt-right and the racist people who are in the white nationalist movements as he does of everybody else who freaks out about all
American blood.
I do?
Pardon me?
Sweet, awesome. So, like, I mean, like, everybody came from the same place, right? So what's the problem? I don't get it. I do know my history.
You don't know.
Which part of it am I missing?
African American blood in you.
Okay.
Yes.
Great.
Yes, you do.
I'm glad.
You're not white. You're not white like you say.
But you just said he has African American blood in him.
Anywhere
Yeah,
here.
so do you. So do you.
Yeah, I do have black people in my family, and I think playing identity politics in the 21st century is a little silly because we're all human beings.
Oh, really? So why are you?
And now, of course, when you
Because we don't
Because we think that
you mean things like when
Yeah,
when
look,
like
see,
over hate on a
Nazis.
woman.
We don't like people who run people over with cars.
Rape and
Okay? I don't like people like that.
well, I don't think that there is such thing as a rape crisis or a rape culture. I mean, when you yourself said you want to stick to Nazis. If you want to go on the rape topic, I mean, when I look at the
Those things are kind of
sure, like whatever topic you'd like to stay on, young man. I'm more than.
I'm so sorry. It was that I just wanted to question because you said you're against identity politics, and when people say that,
I didn't say that, young man. I'm sorry. I'm not certainly fond of it.
No,
you
not
just said that you were against identity politics.
No, that's not
You
true.
shouldn't play identity politics in 2000.
Okay, sure.
No,
If you want to
I
imagine that in your mind, it says no Nazis.
I know, but you should really want to have a conversation.
But that's the issue. If you don't have a conversation, things get worse. Like,
I'm from a state that
no.
it says make America great again. You're saying that you don't like talk about Nazis.
I don't share that opinion, but I respect your right to have that, and would be more than welcome to have a conversation with you about it.
It's a great country. America's great, and there's people of all races.
No, it isn't.
I've
I'm
fought
fire,
in
and it's
America.
not. It's
Great, that's your opinion.
rooted on.
You know, there's lots of people who are black and who have all different things.
And they've come together in a melting pot to just make an amazing nation and not be really concerned about it. Well, I disagree. And like I say,
So do you accept girls in your group, or is it just boys?
we have a sorority that's separate, so it's...
Proud girls? Okay. So you guys segregate your group because of the whole group.
Well, what do you, like, I guess the point of the group is to stand against both the radical left and the radical right, to support centrist ideas, to help make sure that violence isn't taking over our streets, to make sure...
you have an InfoWars thing if you're against the radical?
It's not even his phone.
It's not my phone.
The other guy's because it had...
But just because you're keeping your mind open to a media source, whether it be InfoWars or Salon or Huffington Post, I don't necessarily think that means that you automatically identify with that source. But the fact that you don't want to have a conversation is just what we're here to really expose.
Look, at the end of the day, when there are riots in Toronto and people are punching each other in the face and doing all this violent stuff, that's a problem. I don't like that. I don't want that in my society. I want it to be nice and peaceful. I want us all to be able to have a conversation. Probably not chant like you're a Nazi at people who are holding signs that say, I don't like Nazis, because it doesn't make a lot of sense. That's it. I just want to be able to talk to people. And like, there are definitely opinions. Like the individual over there who was like kind of yelling at us earlier, she has different opinions from me, and I definitely disagree with her on some things. I don't believe in, I believe that the gender is a binary, for instance. And that was one thing that we specifically disagreed with earlier. Okay? And so there are some places where...
What's the point of Proud Boys?
It's a men's group.
It's a men's group who encourage each other to go to school, start your own business, find a nice woman, have a bunch of kids together, and just do the things that make the West so great that we lost track of the last 30 to 40 years. Well, I think that divorce has become more common. We've lost touch with traditional values.
What the hell is the family?
Yeah, that's my point.
Really good question. Clearly, you've lost.
I would say it's at least 3 to 4 kids. One of the partners at home who's constantly supporting the development of the family, and another partner out there going and being a breadwinner and earning money and also contributing to the development of the family. And then when you raise kids to do that as well, you kind of set yourself up for success to recreate that.
I can't really have kids.
Okay, so that's fine.
You could adopt. So like I'm Rasta. Like Jamaica is extremely important to me, and back there's a lot of orphans, but there's a higher percentage of orphans between the ages of 6 to 10 because they don't fit that nitty-gritty, perfect orphan idea of what a lot of adoptive parents want. And I think that's a failed opportunity. It's sad, and I see a lot of young men coming from a country that I love who need guidance. So while I want to have my own kids, I also want to adopt some kids from Jamaica. So just because you can't have kids doesn't mean that you can't raise a child and show them, Western democracy and why capitalism and working hard for yourself and having, those sorts of mentalities isn't a good,
yourself,
it's a good thing to do.
Around you? I mean, okay, fine, fair enough. But like, you realize that a lot of people who do believe in capitalism are the ones who pay the taxes that pay for everything else that happens, right? Okay. Like realistic, right? Like there's a lot of people out there who go to work every day and they really actually believe in capitalism and they think it works because otherwise they wouldn't go to work.
It's the greatest.
And they are the ones who pay for everything.
It's the greatest youth in modern history.
So you're telling me that the people, so you think that the people who are working every day and going to work every day and paying for their kids to go to school and educating their children and teaching them right from wrong, those people are duped.
Well, of course, I think those people are duped.
Are you sure? Are you sure that you just don't lack of course? Perhaps you just lack meaning in your life. You won't have
It's totally not working.
Of course. I'm not trying to stand here as some kind of like paragon of capitalist virtue, okay? Like, fuck, there's people who are assholes.
So like my mom was in a car accident 4 weeks ago, okay? And when she was in a car accident, I had to drive about an hour and a half away to go pick her up. So I didn't know if she was going to be in the hospital or what the case was going to be. Well, when that happened, I had some brothers that I could message for free tows, looking to get more parts of the make and model of the vehicle that I was going to have to repair.
I don't know. Is he
and then other brothers called me throughout the day just to check on me. So like that sort of support structure, that's what Proud Boys is focused on. So I was having fun.
Look, I mean, look, the point is that we really want to have conversations with everybody about all of these issues that are facing our society.
Is that I'm against Nazis, I'm against the far right.
So we can all agree at least on that part.
No, but I want to confront the far right violently in the streets. That's a difference.
Okay.
Like, I legit want to smash the far right.
So I think that if we all gather together instead of fighting between ourselves like we are right now, well, I mean, like we're all arguing back and forth. I mean, it's been pretty good so far.
Like the civil rights movement wasn't accomplished through violence; it was accomplished through.
Well, there were aspects.
Party.
There were aspects
What's
of it
the
that were
Army
violent.
of Black Liberation?
Point that out, first of all. It's not even
The civil rights movement.
I disagree. I disagree.
Okay,
That's whitewashing of
history.
The civil rights movement of the 60s and 70s wasn't a peaceful movement. It was because of people like the Black Panthers that would literally patrol the streets.
Okay, but did that go to the point that everybody started to behave, or was there legislation that was passed to correct the social issues?
I think black people should have guns. I think I should have a gun. I think I should be able to carry a gun. I think I should be able to police the police without being, shot.
But but isn't that exactly what individual rights are? That is what individual rights are.
Yeah, well,
an individual has the right to carry a firearm. An individual
that's a
has
big
the right to walk
question.
down the street.
So I'm Jewish, and I feel a little uncomfortable with the proliferation of things like Sharia law in Canada, and I get more uncomfortable as I start to see that developing. So as I've seen Donald Trump's run for the presidency, I saw the hope for myself to get to safety. So I'm in the process of trying to understand, can I apply as a citizen right now to get a visa?
There's a lot of people who are live it themselves or don't like that. But what Donald Trump does,
It's all good. Oh, okay. Well, that's all good, brother. I gotta stay with my brothers here, but I appreciate you trying to have a conversation with me. I really do.
It is kind of useless. Yes, of course. Come on over.
What? Like, if you're not against, like, if you're against racism, why are you wearing a Trump supporter hat? I'm from the States. That's why
I don't think those two things are synonymous.
The way you say neo-Nazi.
Then you just completely
Here, let's talk about the whole Trump. Let's talk about the Trump question.
Wait, what are we supposed to?
Let's talk about the Trump question. Okay. So what has happened here is that you have put Trump into the racist basket. Okay. You're like he's a racist. I think he's a racist. And therefore,
do you think that he's sexist? Racist?
I think he's probably.
Okay. So you're supporting a sexist.
I disagree. See, that's what I mean by synonymous. You're putting some of the issues that you have, and even I would share some common ground with you. And you're saying now because you are willing to even go against the status quo a bit, for some of the other things Donald Trump is standing up for, I'm going to lump you in with the racists.
Yeah,
and I'm
it's
not
like,
going to have a
oh my God,
conversation.
you hate one,
and that's
you
where
hate
our
one thing I believe in, and therefore now you're an evil person. Like, oh, okay, sure. Like, we can't disagree on anything then.
Economic sense, but Hitler wasn't bad economically, but he killed a bunch of people. That's essentially what's happening,
What
right?
are we supposed to do about Nazis?
That's an interesting point. I would disagree and say that I think it's a bit of a stretch. But I would still do it. Yeah.
Putting somebody like Trump, who is,
all right. So I would
we both have agreed that he is a sexist
just to get it on my record
right?
to say
I would say that there are
His
some
comments
are not appropriate.
Went to jail for 2 nights,
especially for a world leader.
But they are sexist.
Because I don't like Nazis.
They're not appropriate because they are sexist, correct? Are we agreeing that it is sexist?
But I don't think it should be illegal. I don't think the state should condone people going around with baseball bats and beating each other over the head.
Whatever, like, again, it's like representing your emblem, right? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say it. Representing your emblem, right? It's essentially, that's his statement. So coming from a place where I live there, I literally live there, right? I see this happening every day. I feel it as a person of from the LGBT community, right?
That like anti-fascist organization.
Well, if they have me, but as you can see, like they're kind of telling
his fascist, sexist,
Like, if it was
the Charlottesville racism.
Okay, but now you've gone from us having some common ground with sexism, and you're extending that to things that I don't find are relative to
as a world leader, that is what he represents. That is what his statements and stuff are representing to the world.
I disagree. I think that's where you're making a stretch. I see how you're making it, and I don't think you're like leaping across a cliff or anything, but I think
whether it's a stretch or not, that's what this protest is about, right? And so wearing that.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Are you trying to get up? Why do you think people label? You're trying to come up?
Why do I think people label me Nazi?
Is this shit?
Thank you so much, officer.
It's on there. There's.
They don't claim that white people are better. They just think that people in the West.
I think the Western culture is better. Yeah.
Just welcome you right in here.
Thank you very much.
Oh, come on. Okay, look. I do truly believe that Western civilization has provided the greatest benefit to mankind overall. Yes, and I believe that. If you let me finish, you're welcome. Come on in, please. I don't talk. Okay, so then just we're having a conversation.
You're not fooling your trash.
Right.
I don't want to
So you've made up your mind, and that's fine. And so that's what you want to talk. Okay. Look, I believe that Western civilization provided us with fundamental democracy for the most part. It's the one that globalized democracy. I believe that it's created the capitalist system, which has provided the most.
Right now from us.
I didn't. No, man. I feel with that.
Way support it.
Like I wish they weren't here because like I'm not gonna hurt you and you're not gonna hurt me. At least I hope so. And if you guys want to punch me in the face, you're more than welcome. I won't even press charges. Like you can try it if you want. We're gonna get it on camera and that'll be embarrassing enough. Because like, look, I'm here in peace. I'm not trying to cause a problem. I'm trying to have a conversation. Go ahead.
An American Nazi to a German Nazi is still a Nazi.
Is it okay if I step here, sir, so I can get a shot?
There's still an affiliation with them. You get a tattoo on your arm.
Proud Boys are all right! Proud Boys are all
right! Good about it, okay? And so that it doesn't mean like
Proud Boys terrorists! Proud Boys terrorists!
Well, like
Proud Boys terrorists! Proud Boys terrorists! Proud Boys terrorists! Proud Boys terrorists!
But that doesn't mean that
terrorists! Proud Boys terrorists! Proud Boys terrorists! Proud Boys terrorists! Proud Boys terrorists!
I think that the fundamental principles of the West based on are most beneficial for mankind. No, like
Nazis!
Okay, you can disagree. You can disagree.
But may I ask why?
Me?
Like why is it because he's white that doesn't apply? I just don't get that gap.
Actually came from the Middle East. Sorry, the Middle East is not where the cradle of civilization is? Which values? I'm sure you're not being very specific.
All right!
Sorry, which values are you talking about? Fundamental Western values, yeah. Free speech? Well, essentially, yeah. Because
I disagree, but I'm more.
Well, okay, but that's of Western civilization is that truth is achievable. So you can find the truth and then you can actually act it out. So essentially, it's a Judeo-Christian.
But like several people have done today, where we don't need to talk to you, we know how you feel, and indeed they don't.
Yes.
I'm curious as to when I say I disagree, but I'm not saying, and that's it, I'm walking away, you're wrong now. I'm saying, could you explain the development, your reasoning? Because I don't understand it, and that makes me disagree, because I don't.
I had a hard time drawing this last We literally came to join. I was saying.
I guess they didn't know better, but they would call me like Jesus in their eyes to make fun of me. That really hurting me.
Yeah, I can only imagine. That's terrible.
So if I want to come and be against fascism, what do I do? Stay home? Okay, but that's not fair.
No, I think that's why I still like my position actors. But at the same time, like not everything.
Really? In what way?
I know.
Like what?
It affects me.
We support Indigenous people in Canada.
It affects them.
To this day? May I ask how so? Because I do feel ignorant, because I'm just so unaware of the Canada you're talking about, because I almost, I guess, feel privileged in that, like, in my whole life, having friends of all cultures, all races, all religions, we've always cast out any sort of prejudicial thoughts. So I just
anything like that
I don't
in the entire video.
The
only thing that was
I thought that's what Canada was about.
Edge of colonialism.
I think like
Am I mansplaining? I'm mansplaining. That's probably what it is. I mean, you asked.
This is not. It doesn't reach to
Okay, well, you're going to keep on telling me it's not about me, but you're not going to let me answer the questions that you're asking because you don't care. Right. Like, that's not a conversation.
because he is a black dude, like they like.
Well, it's a public sphere. That is a place for
That's the whole
conversation.
point of what they're doing.
Absolutely, and we are standing up for what we believe in.
But so just in that example, like, and under the assumption that they were walking away because he's a black gentleman, and not like if I was walking down the street at night and there was a tall gentleman, it doesn't matter what color he is. I might be late at night. Do you ever think that at any point that we're maybe because we're looking for these racist posts because it's like in things
that I like and I'm against the things that I don't like.
Like maybe we're making a mountain out of a molehill, and I'm not saying like, hey, there's a molehill, we gotta take that out because this is our nice lawn. But like, I just feel that if we're left making mountains out of molehills, like we're never gonna get our work done, and we're just gonna end.
I don't like Nazis. I heard this was an anti-fascist group. Okay, yeah.
But I also don't know how to solve your issue and your personal experiences that you shared with me today, and thank you.
Yeah, the idea.
And you know, that also makes me feel like the work's not done. But I've been really afraid in the last 6 months because I feel animosity and tension between the various levels of the political spectrums, and if we don't keep talking, well then like, we're never going to figure anything out. And that's it. And then as far as Proud Boys, we just get together and we help each other find jobs and go to school. And
it's not fundamentally agreed upon in Western countries that democracy. Okay, so you are an anti-democratic country. But the general swath of population in the Western world is kind of like, we kind of like democracy, at least a little bit, right? Like 94% of people probably. I mean, the rates are pretty good. Like we could talk about the marginal acceptance of various ideas in Western society, but they are. Like you're like, I'm a communist, therefore no democracy exists in the West. It's like, nah, this is like that doesn't apply.
I'm reading everything. I'm trying to understand like where they're coming from.
So what would you prefer instead of democracy?
It's hate and malice. Like I would say that you're right. It comes from a place of ignorance and
Black lives matter. 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 Yes, they do. Like, it's not that controversial.
Well, a small minority of racists do exist. And I feel, you know, I'm Jewish, so I feel that we have an obligation that if somebody is practicing malicious or hateful thoughts, we have to overcome that with love and positivity and explain to them why they're wrong and hopefully try to win them over. But if we don't have that channel of dialogue, do you know Morgan Freeman?
Yeah.
Okay, so he did an interview with, I believe it was Mike Wallace of 60 Minutes, and Morgan Freeman was like, "Oh, I really don't like Black History."
I don't look at people's identity to decide
really?
whether they have something
why?
useful to say.
And he's like, "Well, just like what, you're going to write my history to a month?" Like, I think when we stop thinking about things like in such an identity politics, and we start thinking about it's human history. It's not what white people did to black people, or vice versa. It's what we did to ourselves. And lest we forget, like that's messed up, and we can't do that because the more that we all work together, regardless of however much melanin you have in your skin, we can all, you know, invent things like heart surgery and the internet. And
why were like all the major black civil rights leaders Freeman, all those figures, they're all anti-capitalist. Don't you think that the libertarian capitalism, libertarian of course, because not seeing the fact that capitalism is inherently oppressive or exploitative. You know, I think that libertarianism of your capitalism isn't that where the racism and sexism derives from? Isn't that just a way of controlling the working class? Isn't that the greatest dupe?
Like, there are people who are offended by your protest.
So number one, I wouldn't know enough about the civil rights leaders that you're talking about just to comment. I hate to plead ignorance, but to be honest, the second thing is that I would say that it's dependent on the free market. Like, I own a company, I work for myself, and the businesses that I compete with at one time or another, they've done a better job than me. And there's a certain amount of animosity I would, be honest, to have.
Britain decided that slave cotton was cheaper than cotton picked by workers, which helped fuel the American slave trade in the South. Okay, that's the free market capitalism that you're talking about. The capitalism doesn't give a shit shit about you. It doesn't give a shit about if you're working class. It just looks at you as something that it can exploit. How much value it can exploit from you is how much valuable you are to the
So I see that point that you're making, and it's a good one. But in my opinion, like, it's like, here you have free market capitalism, here you have venture market capitalism.
What the fuck's the difference?
And I'll try to explain my 2 cents on it. So this is the guy who works hard and he buys a truck and he does deliveries and he keeps the lion's share of what he makes for himself and his family. But then eventually he keeps on doing good and he gets a few trucks and a few fleets under his belt and he builds a business and he hires people and he gets even bigger. So he gets large, like these large corporate entities. So pardon me, if I could just finish. When that supply chain becomes so big that you're disconnected from the number one thing in the world, which the free market would say, is the customer, then you're losing losing appreciation for that supply chain. You're not managing it properly. So I would argue that's when things like batting an eye to the ethics, like cotton, go to the wayside, because you're not actually as intrinsically involved with your business and your clients. Because if you didn't have your clients, you wouldn't have your business, so you care about them. But if you're bigger and bigger and distance away from it, you'll make unethical decisions. So I would argue that by having more and more small and medium businesses, that we're protecting ourselves from those people who would lose touch with the ethics. Okay, and thank you very much for letting me
free market.
See what else?
The system isn't derived on customers; it's derived on profit.
But they're not opposed to
the customer is number one. Profit is number one. That's what I'm saying.
But my argument is that those profits are derived from the customer choosing where to spend their money.
The whole point of capitalism.
I don't want to force them anywhere else in the world. I just want to keep them here.
But if there's a bunch of people always doing it and always fighting for that monopoly,
he starts his trucking company or whatever the hell. He gets replaced by FedEx. FedEx buys him off. Wow. Free market in action.
Not all Western people are white, first of all.
But
that's what happens.
Well, so I would submit if there were more Joe's deliveries, that FedEx would have a tougher time competing, and that people would eventually line up to the people who could better treat their needs.
Western style governments that believe in democracy and free speech.
Why are 5 people in the world as much more than 50% of the population? If capitalism really helped the person who were the common man who was just out there being innovative, then 5 people wouldn't have the same amount of wealth as 3.5 billion people. Like, that's not how it works.
I think that we've lost touch with the drive a bit, but I don't think that that's the same argument. People have an entitled attitude as far as like rent, food, or shelter, or clothing as a necessity, and like should be given to them.
He's a troll.
So it's normal. It's the problem of normal.
The troll stays around
that
and
5
continues to
people
make money.
as much money as
making white boys like me laugh at how funny.
So that's so it's problems like me, this guy, this guy. We're the people who are working, right? But it's our fault that 5 people own as much wealth as 50% of people of the whole population. That's what you're saying.
No, I'm talking about when you see places like Cornwall that has a population that its welfare population is around 50%, and that sort of cultural attitude of, well, you know, I don't need to aspire to much in life, and you know, the government's just going to take care of this and that. I think that mentality fosters a problem with respect to free market capitalism. I still don't think that stands.
Telling the working class to blame poor people. That's what you're saying.
But I'm the proletariat as well.
Working class people, all of your problems are because this 1% of population are on welfare and they're participating in society. But instead of going and dying on the streets, they're the real problem.
But you don't need to die if you work hard for yourself and you do you make one? How do you make one without a job? You need capital to start a business. Well, there was somebody who decided to make posters and markers and all those ideas and the necessities of life being that you need to eat and you need shelter and you need clothing are what encourages people to go out and develop those sorts of services and products that the free market determines, yeah, that has value and I need that.
You need capital to make a business, right? You need capital to produce more capital. How do you get that capital? Either by working or inheriting it.
You start slow and you accept the fact that life isn't fair and you develop from it. And I think that there are more people who quit.
Every unemployed person could start their own company. If this system allowed every unemployed person to start their own company, that would be fucking bliss, man. That'd be amazing. If this system awarded innovation, that would be amazing. But sadly, it does. I mean, the people who sell like bottled water for $5 and make billions of dollars. You take fucking tap water, cents, pennies on the fucking dollar, and sell for $5. They make billions of fucking dollars. But these people who slave away working 40 hours a day, 40 hours a week, they live in fucking misery.
It seemed fitting. I just thought I'd let you know.
Thank you. At first I was like, oh my god, did you think
I wish she had to stick around for the conversation. It was a good chat. Anyway. Okay. You're not the first to say that.
I'm asking,
I've heard like every podcast, and I know a couple people were like, whereas when you're
why are you wearing
down
this?
there, it's so.
Why are you here protesting against?
It's so hard to get back up there. It's beyond what any of us can imagine.
Yeah, and I've been homeless before. I've worked my way back to having stability in my life. And when I was on social assistance, I'd say that the government probably gives you about 45% of what you need in order to actually get back on your feet. It took me about 2 to 3 years, and I would argue that that's not fair. That hardworking people who need a hand up, not a handout, they're being done a disservice. But I would also argue that that culture of entitlement is what is causing that disservice to the people who need the hand up.
You're all wearing the same uniform. Perfect.
But you kind of see it differently, yeah. And that's cool. Like, I don't know what the solution is. Like, it seems like we both see it differently, but we're honest about like I don't know what the solution is. We're gonna keep trying. Like we gotta like. Do you think it's time to try something different though? Like Albert Einstein always said, insanity is trying the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Okay, I'm more of a tough love. Like I see programs like I can't name the state in specific. I apologize, but you know something I was reading through recently was like they asked that their welfare population contribute at least 20 hours to a non-for-profit or registered charity in the state.
Alex Jones paying you?
And it seems that dropped the percentage of welfare population, welfare recipients, you know, by a substantial amount. So, do you think back to work programs
Jones
at all,
is the biggest welfare recipient there of all time.
And if you don't have one, then take off the shirts, give it up, and join the rest.
That can help. Like that's something you can help to integrate them. But also, I think just because I know like
you're part of
they struggle with stuff like addiction or like alcoholism or like I know someone who's like her family situation is like very and it's just not safe for her to be at home and like she struggles with that. And that's kind of one of the reasons why she wasn't as a child. She wasn't able to develop like the mechanisms that maybe you and I would have to like cope with stuff like that. I guess
that makes sense. Maybe I don't think about that often enough because it's been a while and because I never had anybody helping me, and basically the solutions that we're trying to move forward for somebody, I'm too late for. You know, I already fixed my own problems. So I think that you know, I'm cold kind of because of that. So I think like, well, if I did it, you can do it as well. But
that's also the problem because not everyone's the same, right? Like,
humility is maybe I should be a little more humble.
I guess we need multiple solutions braggadocious just because, again, not everybody's totally. I like just like in school, for example, me and my friend, we learn things two totally different ways. And like I like personally, I do well in school for like English or biology, but he is like amazed with hands-on. That's what like
I'm a kinetic learner too. Yeah.
And so like, and that's like I think that applies to a lot of things. So like.
That's it. Yeah, I never thought of it like that. Like, so there's like different ways to learn. There might be different ways to recover.
Yeah.
That's a new way to put it.
We talked about this.
That's why, like I understand, but at the same time, I just feel like it's just from talking to a lot of different people that, like, well, your way might have worked for you, but it wouldn't work for you.
Is it, or you know, and if it's your opinion that it is, that's fine. So I guess I'm asking your opinion really. So is it rude or braggadocious of me to express an opinion that's like just suck it up? I'm not saying you have to, but don't I have the ability? Don't I have the right even further to express that opinion? And someone could say you're stupid, you're dumb, and a bunch of mean words that aren't true, like racist, sexist, bigot, xenophobic. But you know, like.
No, you're allowed to express.
Okay, so you think that the world should assume
it's not very nice.
No, I understand because I did figure skating before.
Okay.
I had a coach who was actually like he's very like helpful, like we got scolded pretty hard and like sometimes if we kept on messing up, and we were just like right, and it's like
He psyched you out, eh?
Yeah, it's again like healthy, but I can understand it. But at the same time, like if we needed, like if we really needed for us, he would always be
there in a second.
Like without a second thought. And so I think we need a bit of influence and something like that.
Which is why we're here to try and make sure that a dialogue, a channel dialogue continues, and that any sort of, it's slander and libel what's happening to us. We're not racist. We're not, sexist. We're not bigots and xenophobes. We might have some opinions that people disagree with, and let's have those conversations and stuff. But
back to the thing we were talking about.
Okay.
Just how we're living in Black History Month.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Sorry if I can finish. So his whole bit was like, he asked Mike Wallace, he's like, so what are you? And Mike Wallace, because white guilt and stuff, he didn't even want to go there. He was like, well, I'm Jewish. And then Morgan Freeman's like, well, what about the Holocaust? Like, that was a horrific event, that you could compare to slavery. Like, we should remember you. Do you want a month? And he's like, no. And Morgan Freeman's like, well, I don't either. I think once we start thinking of those things like human history, and not to say that we forget, but we stop talking about it. Like, stop. I don't get it, but then.
I think part of the reason why people talk about it is because they're afraid to come out. And I guess also a lot of it's like, I know representation matters. Growing up, I saw a lot, just like I didn't see really any Asian people on TV personally. And so, it kind of, when I was little, I got into the idea that to be like, we're pretty, had to have like really white skin and have blonde hair.
It's silly though.
Now I realize no, that's ridiculous. I don't need any of that.
I don't.
You're very I went to also a school where there weren't a lot of other people of color, I guess. And so there's me and maybe one other Asian kid and one other brown kid, I guess. But then it kind of gets into your head, and when it's really disconnecting when you look into the mirror and you don't see kind of what you're picturing, and so that's kind of I guess you're angry because it's just the feeling. It's a really bad, it's a really malicious feeling to see that this is what you think is nice, and then you see something else, and then this is what they made fun of me for my eyes, and some food I eat from me, and so it's
that's ridiculous.
Yeah. So when you kind of feel that's what people are supposed to fight for representation, and that's what they're fighting for. established community, so like kids like me when I was younger, they don't have to necessarily feel that again because it's such an like
that makes sense to me. So that makes sense. I don't share the same view of you know, like systemic racism through advertising and whatnot. But as far as like the end goal of accomplishing what you're trying to do, I just thought the best way to do that is not giving a crap about what color my friends are and just going out and treating people all the same and just like I'm not trying to virtue signal. It's just like, well, I just have people in my life who are black, brown, whatever, and I don't think about that. I just think as like, are they good people? Do they do charity every once in a while? Do they have like a job? Are they going to school? Are they go-getters? Do they have kids? Are they good to those kids? Like those.
Group dynamics are not the same as individual. So if I can respect an individual, doesn't matter their skin color. Maybe as a group, I don't want to associate.
That idea is just so foreign to me, and
which is not necessarily racist. Maybe I just don't like the way they act as a group, but I don't mind being with an individual.
That does seem a little racist to me, though.
You see,
that's not cool. Like, yeah,
maybe I don't want to live in a village which is only one kind of people. Because like it's very different from me, so maybe I don't want to live there. Because like when I meet individuals from there, I will have the same conversation. I will respect them. I will even invite them to my home if I have, because maybe they are the same as me as an individual. Maybe they are not.
I just what my parents taught me was to always just practice having an open mind and heart. Because other words, if you go like, well, I'm not going to talk to that person if I can single you out because you're Asian, well then I would lose the nice conversation that we've had for the last half an hour, and I'd lose those.
But you're not understanding what I'm saying.
I'm sorry. Okay.
I don't say I give the same respect to individual to every individual. It doesn't matter, right? But maybe as a group, I don't want to be associated with certain groups as a group, because a group dynamic is always different, right? A country behaves different than an individual within a country.
Oh, I see. Okay.
In Canada, when they go out in the world, they show this kind of one kind of face. Maybe it's not your exact image of the face of Canada, right? So as an individual, you're not the same as a group, but you're still in the same group. You know what I mean?
I think I'm following your thought pattern a little more.
I'm not saying you have to hate that group, but saying I might not like a certain group of people doesn't necessarily make you racist. Because liking, disliking is different from hating and loving, right?
Yeah, I would agree with it.
But
I guess I've just never.
I can dislike you and not hate you.
Like I've disliked communists because I don't like that system of government. And if there's somebody who does, when you look at the millions of murders committed under Stalin and other communists, I vehemently disagree so much that I don't I would say I don't like those people. But I've never, nor I think have I ever met a genuine Proud Boy who feels that way as far as like race or geographical location or like and that's what we're here to say, that would be silly if you were
Well, I also think that it's great that you don't really necessarily care about the race, but it's also I guess it was important for me to acknowledge the culture behind just my race, because for the longest time it also because of comments and it just got to me, and I started really just not liking stuff about my culture that I probably shouldn't have. I should have accepted.
Yeah.
Proud Boys fascists! Proud Boys fascists! Proud Boys fascists!
I get it, but at the same time, it was really acknowledging within my culture that that singled me out, and so that's kind of every nation, every race, bunch of Nazi in the face.
Every nation, every race.
I'm trying to think. You know when you do something like new and you need help from your friends, and you're like, you put a Facebook status, you're like, guys, I really need help, and then like everybody at the start is like, yeah, let's do it, you know, but and then like a week later when you're really getting into it and like, you know, things heat up and they're nowhere to be found and they're not around. That's what I feel we're setting ourselves up for right now with some of these leftist movement as far as getting together and like, I agree with this, I think this is great, but what are we doing next? Like, so are we writing members of provincial parliament? Are we writing our MPs? Like, I meet with my MP and MPP every like 2 or 3 months and I talk about these issues as numerous issues, like, because they work for us, and I think the more that, you know, we start to do that, maybe we could accomplish the goals that both you and I have. Do you do anything like that, or do you like I don't like what do you do aside from this? Because I see a lot of people just doing this, and I.
It's actually my first time, so I'm still kind of trying to figure it out.
Okay. There's a good not-for-profit, the Canadian Centre for Alternative Policy Development. They touch on just about everything, like from, I don't know, logistic regulations to like systemic racism and all those things. Maybe they'd be a good like NP to start touching base with. The UN. Okay.
In my schooling, I'm actually science and
okay.
Like this year, and so I'm hoping that maybe if I get a better understanding, then I know more what to talk about, so I can, I guess, help out. Maybe they don't understand.
That seems very, very smart to admit when you don't know something and go and so I hope your school goes great. Are you going to Ottawa U or Carleton U? Cool. First year or second year? You said?
First year.
Okay. This is your first year, like just started? Oh, okay. Well, good luck. Wow, that's cool. I've never been to university, but I dream about it like a fat kid on an island dreams of chocolate cake. Like.
Proud Boys Islamophobe! There's Muslim Proud Islamophobe!
Yeah, we have Muslim Proud Boys.
Proud Boys Islamophobe!
I'm gonna go see my friend.
Okay. Great conversation. Thanks for chatting, and I would just hope as you try to do some good in the world that you just consider all you know, positions and have chats and disagree and we should.
Like, what I would like is that next time I show up, I don't end up getting jumped.
If you were here to advocate as long as we are, you wouldn't show up wearing these uniforms.
Like, everybody's assuming that I'm here to do something that I'm not here to do.
And the whole reason we haven't left
is because you're thinking this way. You don't know how my brain works. And it's a jump. You're making an assumption.
Okay.
And when you make that assumption, and when everybody in the crowd makes the assumption at the same time and comes over and has a conversation with me about why I don't like Nazis because I'm actually a Nazi.
and he's standing next to a Jew.
What was it that made you guys decide to join this group? What galvanized your resolve? What makes a Proud Boy? Why does your organization exist? Because honestly, we're all here. You do believe in a cultural supremacy.
I believe that my cultural values are primarily better than everybody else's cultural values. But that doesn't mean that I believe that all of my cultural values are all better than all of everybody else's values.
Then why are you advocating? Why are you saying that?
Boys, go! I think that we have good things going on, and I want to keep it. Like you can try, like, oh, you believe everything in the West is awesome. Like, no, I obviously, I can see that there are cracks in the sidewalk, my friend. Like,
Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter!
Black Lives Matter!
Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter!
Black Lives Matter!
I like this one.
Lives matter! Black Lives Matter!
we also have the same view that there are a lot of good things. You know, there's a lot of good legislation, there are a lot of good policies, and there are a lot of good people who adhere to the right moral codes. Okay. But there are also those who don't.
Maybe we should just come chill with you guys.
No, I think we should stay to the end, man. We gotta make sure that we're polite and civil the whole time.
We have been down there, but it was just getting awkward standing at the bottom of the stairs, you know?
She asked us like how long we're planning on staying here.
Oh, okay. Well,
said maybe about like 20 more minutes.
okay, well, if you set that expectation with that, yep, all right, then, okay. Just next time, I think what we're doing is good, and I hope that we're at least getting a few people thinking, but we have to be respectful and stand up, and when they say leave, we have to stay, and trust me, I'm hungry, brother.
I thought this was about Charlottesville, man. Why are you talking about Canada? Why are you talking about Canada? Why are you saying fuck Canada?
I like Canada. I like Canada.
Yeah, of course. So why don't we all get together and work on these problems?
That's what we want to do.
No, because you guys show up wearing these antithetical blazons. You identify yourselves with this misunderstood group. Why? Why not?
Why is it misunderstood?
Yeah, why? Like,
okay, you're saying it's misunderstood because you're saying that the manifesto that apparently you guys technically should adhere to, the thing that defines you guys, you yourselves are saying you disagree with. You can't say that you never great. Why do you hypocritical? You just
it's about the sandals.
Every single one of your precincts.
Oh my God! Honestly, that's why I don't join organizations because I disagree with a lot of their tactics. I disagree with a lot of their rhetoric.
I appreciate it.
It doesn't seem silly.
That doesn't mean that everybody else
It's a little far, but
do exactly what you're doing because they disagree with 1, 2, and 3, but they like all 50 other things.
And the more we have brothers who are disagreeing and having those conversations, the more we're developing because we're
having facial hair and seeing a Nazi.
Yeah, we got lots of cowboys who don't like Donald Trump.
The facial hair. We are Nazi because of your facial hair.
What?
He said that it looks like a white power thing. And then I said, how? And he said, I don't know, the facial hair.
Are you going to describe it or you
what? I thought the beliefs were a big part of
There's something wrong. So it could be toxic masculinity, or it could be they're not man enough. But you're just going to say something.
Out, bro.
No, you need to pin that down.
One of us names. You have to call.
You can't just speak in vagaries and wash your hands of your ideology. You need to define yourself because that's what I'm charging you with. That's what I'm asking you.
This is about racism.
Okay,
I'm asking you.
But if Brandon Miles, if he identifies himself as him, as a Proud Boy, are you going to hold that against every single Proud Boy? Because I think that's
against you if you identify with something that advocates, awful things.
So what about the
I'm ignorant as to what your cause is, but that's what I'm trying to ask you.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. What is your cause? Why are you here today? Why are you detracting from something that you already agree with?
So we're here to add to the fact that we agree that racism is something that should be cashed out.
You're here on time. Why?
I was working and they were waiting for me. I apologize.
Yeah, the people here aren't holding a sign saying, "Look at me, I'm not racist." They're saying, "No, racism is bad. Trump is bad. We need to fight against that."
Yeah.
They're not all here saying, "Oh, I'm not racist. I'm not racist." That's what you guys are doing.
No, but we're here to say that racism is bad.
No. There's another one that says not racist.
But that just says that.
If they were the hello
that just says no Nazis. I don't see where we're trying to virtue signal here. We're just agreeing with you, and
I'm kind of trying to virtue.
we've been spending the last 2 months having people create straw men against us, like you're racist, you're sexist, you're bigots, you're xenophobes, and so if we are here to clear the air and say no, we're not, like we've been saying for the last few years.
Come to all of these from now
We're
on.
against
So you're just gonna have
racism.
to
Like,
see me here.
we're just like
keep on doing it.
promote Proud Boy that is something you can't even explain. Like, you would have just come like one of us, saying that we promote equality.
good here in Canada. I think we should be a little more grateful.
I disagree, and I like being a Proud Boy.
What is a Proud Boy?
It's a person who works hard, an entrepreneur. He takes care of his wife, has a bunch of kids.
So like a
helps out his community. I don't think it's average anymore, and I think our cause is to.
So you don't think gender
about it. I don't want everyone to freak out about it. I want
families treating their wives well.
What do you mean? The guy decided to
Yeah, that would be a part of it. Yeah.
So do you then advocate against people that don't want to help their families?
No. It's your freedom to do what you want.
Okay, so then what are you promoting?
We're promoting our freedom to do what we want. Promote that if there's more people who want to do that, all the power to you.
You're trying to
What am I doing? Like personally, myself?
What you just said here, you're here to promote what you're doing.
Well, here specifically, we're here to cast out racism and agree with you and say that the last 2 months of attack, because they're cool shirts that we all have together, because we're a silly men's club,
silly men's, then why is there so much controversy if we have so many views that are similar?
Well, I think that's and you know, I'll go on. So, third wave feminism and the fact that it's completely unnecessary and is making a mountain out of a molehill.
I'm pointing at you. I said, why is it unnecessary?
Because I think women like my grandmother, who was one of the first 4 women in a factory in Ontario, and my mother, who worked as an administrative assistant and then worked her way up to a fellow in an insurance firm, they corrected the balance and they've got it. Do I think it's 100% where we need to be? No, but do I think women make 72 cents on the dollar? Pardon me, if I could just... No, I don't think so. So I think that there are certain people who are misconstruing our problems to be worse than they are because they don't want to work. So they'll go out and they'll be professional protesters or professional speakers on a subject that is redundant.
Okay, you guys said 5 minutes. 5 minutes are up. Bye-bye.
But like my girlfriend also agrees with that. She's like, I hate those people.
Bye-bye.
So we could sit there together.
Go back into your hole.
Good night,
I don't know. I'm failing to understand why you're here and what your mandate is and what you're trying to convince the world.
We're trying to bring some solidarity to this question and show that people that it's not just the radical leftists who want to tear down Canada that oppose racism.
solidarity.
How's that sound?
So you do want to tear down Canada?
No, I'm saying
you don't.
No, I don't want to tear down Canada. I'm saying it's not just the radical leftists who want to tear down.
In solidarity.
And this is herd mentality.
Solidarity, right?
We're done. You're Please.
Well, I'm speaking for myself. I'm sorry, but
go speak with them over there at their frat workplace.
That's insane, though.
Bye.
You're gonna.
This is the left cannibalizing itself.
People that have no own people. I'm myself.
You know what I mean? Come on now.
They don't want people thinking.
That must be so frustrating.
Bye. I can't talk.
This is what George Soros wants. And we're not going to let him get his way. We're going to unite people.
In the 1860s,
just question Western culture was
involved. Of course, all cultures were involved in it. Yes.
Jesus, man. See, they even turn on people that came to support them. They're like, get out of here. Don't talk to anyone. I was talking to some other girl earlier, and this girl's like waving her sign in front of me while I'm trying to talk to her.
Where can I go? Where can I read to get your opinions, your entire...
Search Proud Boys Canada, and you'll find our public page. Reach out to us.
And there's a manifesto there.
No, but I mean, I'm not trying to be a broken record and say it again to you to be disrespectful or I'm not calling you thick-headed. We are just a bunch of guys who get together once a month and we drink and we support each other in pursuing education and we have a sorority, Proud Boys Girls, that are the sister organization to our organization. Very similar, just a bunch of women who get together and they be girls. But
again, I fail to understand what your sort of unified voice. And if you're telling me you don't have, you're telling me that you're all.
But it's the West. We believe the West is the best.
So, but do you understand that that's a form of cultural supremacy?
Okay, yeah, I guess it would be, yeah. And I'm saying that I think Western culture is better than India and Eastern culture where 50% of people defecate in the street. I do think the West is better.
Well, that's not a question of culture, that's a question of means. It's a question of... we're not going to get into that. There's no point.
You believe in equality, right? You believe in equality, right?
Anyway, Facebook, reach out to us. One of us is down to have a conversation with you, and you can pick our brain. But it's more simple than you think. That's what I would say.
I don't know.
What's the catch? No. It's my mom got in a car accident, okay? And I messaged guys. Within 15 minutes, I had a tow for her. Another guy looking for parts for the make and model of the vehicle I got to repair. And a bunch of other guys calling me just like, are you okay? Your family need anything? I'm in between jobs right now, about to move out to BC or London, or I go on an adventure, and he's found me some interim work to help out. He's done that for some other brothers. Like, we do the same for him. He's considering school and a few other things that I'm always going to be nagging him about, like, Damien, you need to do this stuff.
It's fine that you help each other.
That's all we do.
That's fine that you help each other. I think any like-minded individual would usually reach out and help each other. Otherwise, you know,
I would agree.
You can't stand. I mean, it's just a social group. I'm not the media. I'm not publishing this. I'm not disseminating their views in any way. I'm just trying to understand what they're about.
No deep hate! No platform for hate! No deep hate! How do you know ideas are no deep hate! Proud Boys alt-right! I'm not an American. Proud Boys alt-right! Proud Boys alt-right! Proud Boys alt-right! Stop it, come on. Proud Boys fuck off!
Now, my question is, do you guys do the same sort of, get together, help people for minorities or disadvantaged people?
We just don't look at people like that. Like, we have Muslim Proud Boys, Black Proud Boys, Gay Proud Boys, but they're just our brothers. We don't. But yes, like,
so if non-Western people join your movement and start saying, hey, so I've got this great idea that comes from a non-Western, preeminent intellectual or whatever. Do you adopt it, or do you reject it because it's a non-Western idea?
No, absolutely not.
So you do incorporate it.
Well, I don't think the West was built on taking, nitpicking. It was taking the best from everywhere. It wasn't just like, well, this suits my narrative, so okay.
You gotta relearn your history. That's not what Western culture is. I'm sorry, but
no, don't be sorry. Like, what would be your counterpoint?
Well, we're going home soon anyway.
I think you guys need to sort of understand your terminology. I think you need to do away with the whole Western culture thing. I think you guys need to, call yourselves humanists maybe instead of Proud Boys, which is already a divisive term. I mean, it's already, a gender-based.
There's all kinds of ways to look at this.
I'm not saying it's not gender-based. I'm just saying that I don't think something being gender-based, and because gender is binary, that should be divisive.
No, but look,
but I know what you mean, and I respect your opinion to have that opinion.
Like, why aren't you called the humanist movement? Why aren't you called proud humanists? Why aren't you called proud folk? Or why specifically proud folk?
That's not going to happen.
No, we're actually, that's what he's saying. It's not going to happen. It's not letting this happen. We've got, she can't even use it properly. Like, I just...
I agree with you. So, like, can we not just stand against racism? People want to isolate everybody else is there. You just gotta dehumanize them, bro. You just gotta make them out to be like that. Then no one will feel sorry for them.
That's what it sounds like, right? That's what it sounds like. The new Nazis thing sounds. It doesn't sound very liberal.
Yeah, it doesn't sound very. I did get anybody was not sure we're at.
You are not oppressed.
Neither is anyone else on this note. We're not here saying white people are oppressed. What we need more. It's a load of garbage.
No, I can't stand.
But the thing is, like, of course.
Absolutely.
We literally just planned this last night, and we literally just came in the morning. Like, we were having a few beers, and we've seen that there's an event against racism. It was linked to the fact that horrible incident, there was terrorist attacks happened in Charlotte.
But you gotta ask yourself, what's more racist? Us not having a person of color here, or you needing to see us with a person of color to know we're not racist?
Yes, you do. That's what
No,
I'm
like,
saying.
we would have it if we would have had more time. We were literally just having a few beers. Like, heard about the event. No, we both chose to flash support. We just drew these signs up. And we
yesterday too.
yeah, we didn't even know about it. We didn't even know about it.
Most of us have jobs. We have jobs. We work 40, 60 hours a week.
It's
80%, 90% of our members. So we just don't. We're not on Facebook 24/7 like the left.
Sorry.
Yeah, we could have run about the whole thing. Down's your number. He'll talk to you. Can you give me your number?
No, I'll look.
Not even just bring a token. But we're here. It's the first time some of us have ever seen you.
Yeah, wouldn't that be kind of bad if we called? We're like, hey, can we get a black guy down here so we don't look bad?
Don't you think that's racist to look at somebody by the color of their skin?
You have Proud Boy shirt, you have Proud Boy hats, you have Proud Boy tattoos, you have Proud Boy signs. We're not here for you guys. We're here for these people.
Yeah, and so are we. So are we. We agree with you.
You're not representing anybody else but yourself.
No, we're here against the alt-right. I'll repeat myself again. We're here against the alt-right and against racism.
Boys, are you done?
I want lines.
I think we're done with these clown things, to be honest. So, try to stand in solidarity, you know?
Yeah, we did. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. The union makes us strong.
All right, let's sing Proud Boys. Proud of your boy. I'll make you proud of your boy. Woo!
Cheer for us, guys!
Yeah! Thank you so very much, officers. Thank you so very much.
Proud of your boy.
I'll make you proud of your boy. Believe me, bad as I've been, Ma, you're in for a pleasant surprise. I've wasted time, I've wasted me. So say I'm slow for my age, a late bloomer, okay, I agree. That I've been one rotten kid, some sun, some pride, and some joy. But I'll get over these messing up, screwing up times. You'll see, Ma, now comes the better part. Someone's gonna make good, cross this stupid heart. Make good and finally make you proud of your boy. Tell me that I've been a louse and a loafer. You won't get a fight here, no ma'am. Say I'm a gold brick, a goof off, no good. But that couldn't be all that I am. Water flows under the bridge, let it pass, let it go. There's no good reason that you should believe me, not yet. I know, but someday and soon I'll make you proud of your boy. Though I can't make myself taller or smarter or handsome or wise. You'll see. Yes, what else can I do? 'Cause I wasn't born perfect like Dad or you. Ma, I will try hard to make you proud of your boy. The West is the best.
All right, shut it down.